Hey y'all, it's Shirley. So I've been here at work and I've been thinking. A lot of people have been asking me questions on how did I move on in life for the things that I went through as a child, and I'm here to just tell my experiences and how I cope with things and how I just overall move past it. So today's video is about molestation and about how I was touched and sexually active at a young age due to a family member. First and foremost, what I want to say is my mother and father was amazing parents. I grew up in a two household family, meaning my mom and dad both was active in my life. So a lot of people say, well, how did you get touched and where was your parents at? What was they doing? And was they on drugs and this and that? No, they was not. What my mother and father did in their past life got nothing to do with me. Because from 1994 up until now, 2026, my parents have not been on drugs. So I just want to start off and say I love my parents. They did a wonderful job with me. As you can see, I'm doing this video at work. I'm not in these streets like these other people. And that's no shade to nobody. That's just me talking how I talk. So what I want to start off saying is it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. No matter how you may think, oh, that's probably why he's gay. And no, I'm gay by choice. I've dated females. I've done things with females. And it's just not my preference. I like what I like. Just like you like what you like. Another thing they say is, oh, well, that's probably why he was so sexually active at a young age. No, my ass was fast. Point blank in the period. I was a fast motherfucker. Excuse my language for those that's watching that don't condone the language. But you watching me and I'm realizing it's going to be. And that's just a little bit of what I'm going to start off with. But now I'm going to get into a little bit more details. I won't be disclosing no names and anything of that nature, just out of respect for the family and out of respect for, my mother and my father and, everybody else that's watching. So things started around the age of 7 years old. My mom used to do jury duty and my dad used to work. And those of you that know my family, my sister Tawanda, she has mental issues. But she was still capable of taking care of herself, taking care of me, and things of that nature. So my mother used to go to jury duty, and my father would be at work. And this individual that used to live there, or I should say come by, you could say live there because he was practically always there. He always wanted me to sit on his lap. He always wanted me to touch him. Always wanted me to give him a kiss on the cheek, like, things that's abnormal for a grown man or a grown adult to want a little boy to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could expect it from a little girl, come kiss me on the cheek, da-da-da, But, it was very weird to me at first. But, he was buying me things. Candy, chips, cookies, video games. Whatever I want, I would get. So it was this one particular night. My parents had a party. And they were drinking and they fell asleep. So I'm in the room watching TV, just, relaxing, doing the things that I do as a child, should do. And the person came to my room and started masturbating in front of the door. Now, I looked up, paid it no mind, went back to watching my TV. About 5 minutes went by, he continued to do it. So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, cool. So, nothing happened that night. Nothing happened. He went, he finished, whatever, and I went to sleep. So the next morning, I wake up, I go, brush my teeth, take a shower, get ready to go to school. My mom had jury duty. So I was a badass kid. So if you said I could stay home, I was staying home. Like, I didn't care what was going on. Oh, I don't have to go to school today? Oh, yeah, fuck school. I'm staying in this bitch. Like, so this particular person said, you can stay home from school. I'm like, all right, cool. Took my stuff off, went back in the room, thought nothing of it. Went to go start playing my game. The same incident happened. Came in front of the room, started masturbating. But now, this time, he came inside my room. And in the mix of him coming inside my room, he started masturbating, and he basically took my hand and put it over it. And started to do the motion of what he was doing with his hand, with my hand on him. And I did it, you know, but I was in my head, you know, I was a child, I was 7 years old. I was also thinking, what am I doing? Like, what's the point of this? Now that I'm older and I'm, you know, I'm gay and I'm in the field and I do these things now. But back then, you know, it wasn't funny to me. It was like, what is going on here? So I was doing, you know, masturbating him, you know, jerking him off and whatnot. And it was a knock at the door. He jumped off me, like, not off me, but he, like, moved my hand right away. He was like, oh, don't say nothing. He was like, I'll buy you a new game tomorrow. I'll buy you the sneakers. I'll do whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I hushed my, you know, I didn't say nothing. I'm like, all right, cool. Thought nothing of it. It was one of my cousins came by. And they was in the kitchen, you know, talking, drinking, whatever they was doing. I continued to play my game. So shortly after that, my cousin left. He came back to the room. Now, at this point, he comes back to the room and he starts to, you know, jerk off again and stuff like that. But this time, he's asking me to give him oral. And I'm just like, what? He explained to me, like, you know, how you lick a lollipop and, you know, just use a lot of tongue and stuff like that. So now I'm starting to do this. I'm starting to, you know, give him oral and stuff like that. And I knew deep down this wasn't right. I knew it wasn't normal. But the things that he was buying me, the things that he was saying, he made me feel scared because he made it seem like I was doing something bad if I was to tell my mother. But in all reality, he was the one doing wrong to me because I was an innocent child that was taken advantage of. Now, moving forward, some years go by. I'm now 12 years old. 12, 13. About to go to high school soon. I know my identity. I like men. You know, I think I'm the shit. Like, I'm going through my little phase. I'm on Google typing in 13-year-old gay boys trying to find, you know, love at a young age. Just stupid. You know, searching things up. My sister done caught me. She done told my mother. My mother ready to whip me out. Like, you know. So, I'm basically figuring out who I am to this day. Now I know who I am. So, I wrote that wrong. You know I'm a little ghetto here, y'all. But, so I'm sitting up here. And I'm realizing who I am. I come out the closet. Now, this particular person that was doing what he was doing to me when I was 7 confides in me that he's that too. He's, you know, bisexual. Okay, cool. You like what you like. I like what I like. It went from, oh, I'm bisexual and I like men too, to, you know, let's get back to what we used to do. Now I'm older now. Now I done watched porn. I done seen some shit. I done know some shit. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this no more. Like, this is inhumane in a sense because it's like, we're family. Why do you want to do these things to me? Like, You know what I'm saying? Now that you know that I'm in that field, you think it's okay to now, like, oh, so now it's like, it's not how you say it, it's not rape no more. Now it's, oh, you're willingly going to do it because you're gay, so this is something you like now, so you might as well do it. No, it didn't work that way for me. So I dubbed it. I didn't want to do it, and it became rape because this person started to remind me of the things he would tell me when I was 7. Blackmail. Oh, you was doing these things for this and doing these things for that. And if you don't do this and this and that, you gonna get this and that happening. And you know, my mother's from Webster. You know what I'm saying? She a thug ass bitch. She gonna knock me upside my motherfucking head. I'm thinking the worst. Not realizing, not knowing that he would have got in trouble. He would have had the issues. Not me, but he had me so twisted and mind blown. It was just, whatever. So the things started to happen again. It's just this time around, it got a little more farther than it was supposed to go. Now he's trying to give me anal sex. I'm not ready for that. And he's forcing himself in me. And he's doing these things to me. And I just, like, reliving the moment and thinking about it in my head is hard to talk about because, what person could come to tell their parents or, a friend or somebody, oh, yeah, I'm right. And especially when you're a man, it's so ideal for females to come, say they was being raped, but for a male to say it, it's hard. So I used to go through the emotions, and late up night, I used to wonder why me, and I went through a lot. Only a few people know my story. It's a lot more that I want to tell y'all, a lot more that I want to say, but I can't. Because I don't want to hurt that person, and I don't want to hurt my family. But I've been through it all. And this is just a little bit of my life. And there's more to come. Like, share, subscribe. If y'all have any questions y'all want to know, if y'all want to know ways that I got through it, if y'all want to know, ways of advice, or even if y'all went through something or is still going through something, need somebody to talk to, reach out to me. I will help you and do the best that I can as a person, human to human. And, I really want to be more detailed, and that's soon to come. But I just got to make sure me doing this is the right choice. Because it took me so long to get out of that moment. It took me so long to not relive it. It took me so long not to think about it. But I wanted to share my story with you and with the people out there that's going through things that I went through. And all I could say is I love you all. And I pray if you're going through stuff, you have somebody to talk to confide in. Because I didn't have that growing up. I couldn't come talk to my parents. I couldn't come talk to my siblings. I couldn't come talk to my friends. I had to keep that to myself. Because not only was it happening to me, but I was also embarrassed. I was also ashamed. I was also felt horrible as a person inside. And I had to live through that. I had to live through that. Up to my age now, 31 years old, I still regret those things. Because I should have said something. I should have came clean. I should have made things happen. But I didn't. And I regret it to this day. I really do. So once again, if you're going through something, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody. If you know it's not right, speak up. Protect yourself. Protect your children. Protect your family. Protect your friends and those that love you. From one human to another. Protect yourself.